Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Tuesday, March 27th, 2012, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. Great television archives at the top of the page. We have our eye candy right below, and our rock and roll poll question. We are celebrating 2 years of the Daily Dose and the new revamped website, jcontheline.com. And we have a couple of new things that we're going to be adding here in a couple of days, and we'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But 2 years ago, last week, we started up the Daily Dose, and depending on the month, we get anywhere from 60 to 120,000 people checking this thing out. So that's not bad, and we're very appreciative, and keep hanging around. Okay, so that's basically the deal there. All right, rock and roll poll question from yesterday. New study says the percentage of couples who are living together without being married quadrupled in the past 3 decades. Which of these statements best describes your situation? And this is one of these polls where we got absolutely nowhere, because 41% of you said we didn't live together and we're still married, and 40% of you said we lived together first and we're still married. Interestingly, number 3 answer, I wouldn't have guessed this. 13% of you live alone. 3% say you're living together right now. 1% we didn't live together but we divorced, and 0.7% said we lived together first but we divorced. You have to roll those numbers around a little bit to sort of see what they mean, and we'll do that this afternoon from noon till 3 on the Big 550 KTRS, where I reside with Trish Gazelle every weekday, Monday through Friday. All right, today's poll question. You got spring cleaning going on right now. We've been doing that a bit around here. And what's a bigger mess right now? What is a bigger mess? Your basement, your garage, or the trunk of your car? Please answer in the corner. We'll have results for you tomorrow. What's a bigger mess right now? Your basement, your garage, or the trunk of your car? I know people get mad when I talk about Oprah in this way. And I stress, absolutely put this out front. I do not dislike Oprah. I think she is a fantastic broadcaster. But that's the problem. That's the problem. She's a broadcaster. And I just don't understand this stuff. These women who were coming out of the Peabody last night being interviewed, and the ones going in, talking about how this is going to be a life-altering experience. And one woman said, I hope to gain some divine wisdom. You do know what divine wisdom means, right? That means it comes from God. And the last time I checked, I'm not even really sure there is a God, but if there is, I'm almost positive it's not Oprah. I just don't understand this. Her network is falling. I'll get to that in a minute, falling apart. She has these life coaches on, and that's one of these things that started up about, 12, 15 years ago, this life coach racket. So, but the idea of, Oprah's going to come out there and tell you how to run your life. Okay, I'm going to tell you how to run your life, and you don't even have to stand in line at the Peabody or win tickets through a lottery or anything like that. Get the best education you can get. Work hard, pay attention. Don't drink too much, don't do drugs. Think about who you associate with, and don't make stupid decisions. Pay your bills on time. Don't waste money. Try to save some money. Don't always follow the crowd, all right? Learn how to talk and how to spell and how to speak. You're always being judged. Don't spend more than you make. Pick up some street smarts somewhere along the way. Don't watch Fox News. They'll get you believing that everything that's wrong in your life can be blamed on one political party, and that's a huge disservice to you. Hope for the best, and also understand that you can do all of these things and things still might not work out for you. There you go. There it is. There's your life coaching right there. And then, these scammers. Tony Robbins, who has been scamming people for over 20 years right now, making you believe that if you climb mountains or walk on hot coals, somehow that's going to change your life. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Oh, brother. Your erroneous zones, pulling your own strings. This guy, all he does is sell his videotapes and books on Channel 9 during Pledge Week. Now, why is Oprah's network failing? Well, I'll give it about 18 months. I'll give it about 18 more months from right now, and maybe not even that much. But in 18 months, Oprah's network will either be gone or we'll be doing something dramatically different. The whole concept is flawed. I mean, Oprah used to come on at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon in most cities. And, women would sort of be powering down, making dinner, getting ready for their kids to come home and their husbands to come home. And an hour of Oprah a day with all the celebrities. And by the way, she's doing almost none of that anymore on her network. The celebrities are almost gone. And a couple of specials every once in a while. But now it's turned into this guruism. And again, I don't dislike Oprah. I dislike being force-fed the idea that she's some sort of, like she has magical powers or something. This is crazy. You know, and by the way, Oprah has never been married. She doesn't have any kids. She's been a billionaire for a long time and has absolutely nothing in common with you, lady. So, you know, again, as a broadcaster, Oprah gets high marks. As a money-making machine, high marks. But this absolute idiocy about her having some sort of magical powers is just absolutely beyond me. So we got people jumping up and down about Obamacare. 2/3 of the nation, according to the latest polls, don't want Obamacare. Well, you have been foxed. And that's pretty much it, you know, because think about it. You've been told now for over 3 years now that your president is a Muslim, not a Christian, that he wasn't born in the United States. Of course, he's black, and he's trying to turn us into some sort of European socialized medicine type country. And just like 75% of the nation believed that Saddam Hussein attacked us on 9/11, you know, this outcome here with Obama and Obamacare is the outcome of you having been foxed. These people specialize in taking your eye off the ball so they can do other things to this country, like make sure that the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the erosion of the middle class. I could go on for days on all of this. All right, so I used to sell popcorn at the counter of the Colony Theater at 59th and Kedzie in Chicago back when I was in high school. And when I finished that job after 2 years, I don't think I ate popcorn for, it had to be over 10 years, I know that. And now scientists in Pennsylvania are saying that in some ways popcorn is healthier than fruits and vegetables. And it's got a lot to do with that little thing that gets caught in your teeth, the part that sort of doesn't break down, the grain that doesn't break down. Don't spit those out, swallow them. They're actually good for you. They have an antioxidant called polyphenols that helps your heart, and it fights aging, and popcorn is a good source of unprocessed grain. Like I said, those things that get caught in your teeth. If you need a job and you don't mind breathing in dangerous chemicals, there is an exciting career waiting for you in the field of meth cleanup. There's so many meth labs getting busted that private companies are hiring, you know, other private companies to come in and clean up the meth before they can, you know, reuse the property and stuff like that. $35,000 to start. You make double that with some experience. Sign of the times. North Dakota has increased its oil production in recent years, which means more trucks, more truckers, and not enough rest stops. And with more and more, well, the truckers are leaving what are called trucker bombs. Trucker bombs. They are bottles filled with pee. The truckers leave by the side of the road because they don't have anywhere to stop. And in addition to just being nasty, filthy, they have been known to explode in the heat. Have a nice day along the side of the highway. 5-year-old boy in Chicago accidentally shot in the ankle when he was jumping on a bed. Handgun hidden under the mattress. That sounds about right. Tim Tebow had a 32-minute news conference yesterday up there in New York and said the word excited 44 times. Okay. And Herman Cain's new video about the economy features a guy shooting a live rabbit. All right. Now, I got a couple other things. So here are 5 ways to improve your home without spending a fortune. You know, maybe you're selling your house, maybe you're just trying to make it look nicer for whatever reason. Replace the hardware on your doors for about $5. It can make a difference, they say. Regrout the tiles in your bathroom. Paint one wall in your living room. Change your light switches and get rid of your doorbell. They say actually put in some sort of an intercom or a video intercom for about $200. Mad Men. Record number of viewers on Sunday night. 3.5 million people tuned in, and then they ran the encore. So if you count that, almost, well, about 4.5 million people watched Mad Men the other night. Leno has Mitt Romney tonight. New on video today. Extremely loud and incredibly close. This is one of these movies you're sitting there going, come on, will you get to it already? You know, you're feeling guilty because it's a 9/11 movie, and you're like, well, I can't hate a 9/11 movie. Oh, yes, you can. And Tom Hanks and Sandra Bullock are in it. You hear a lot about that, but they are barely in this movie. This is this little Thomas Horn. This is his movie, and he, you know, very precocious young actor. This is, I've said this before, it almost has sort of a Sixth Sense quality to it, in that the Sixth Sense, you're like, I can't wait to see where they're going with this. And in this movie, it's like, just get to wherever. I know you're going somewhere with this. And when the payoff finally comes in the last 10 minutes of the movie, it's too little and it's too late. I'm sorry, and extremely loud, incredibly close. I'll give it just for the acting of Thomas Horn. I'll give it 2 out of 5 stars, maybe 1.5 corks, as we like to say. Steven Tyler, 64 years old yesterday. He's no longer able to walk this way. And we've got 14 years ago today, in 1998, the FDA approved Viagra. And Bob Dole's been walking around with a stiffy ever since. All right, if you watched Mad Men the other night, you saw one of those rare show-stopping commercials that might stick with you longer than the show itself. It's for the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. And it's got actors playing out a scene to the lyrics of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. It might be a little on the hokey side, but I liked it. I thought it was amazing. And again, if you're paying for a commercial, you are trying to have it stick out. And it certainly succeeds on that level. So I think it's a good commercial. It's JC's Eye Candy. It's right below what you're looking at right now. All right, again, JC's Rock and Roll poll today. What's the bigger mess? Your basement, your garage, or the trunk of your car? Please answer down in the corner. We'll have results for you tomorrow here on the Daily Dose, celebrating its 2nd year in existence. And don't forget, I'll be at the Central Ball Fields at Forest Park this weekend for the big Easter egg hunt with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Go on their website. They got 50,000 eggs that they're going to have on the ball fields out there. Things started about 10:45 on Saturday morning. We hope to see you there. That's it for the Daily Dose for Tuesday, March 27th, 2012, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.